Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli, your sex and relationship specialist, and this is Long Haul Love. This is Long Haul Love. I'm Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli, your sex and relationship specialist. In a little while, I'm going to take a few of your calls, but first, to be or not to be faithful on the road? That is the question on everyone's mind. Now, we all know men who have a different girlfriend in every major city in America, and if that is how you roll, no judgment here. More power to you. But if you're a man who believes in monogamy, and you have a sweetheart at home who you love and cherish, it can still be quite a challenge to remain faithful when you're, sitting, minding your own business in the diner with your cheeseburger deluxe, and this adorable, funny, friendly woman comes by and she starts talking you up, and you're having a connection, and you're thinking, she's really into me. It really feels nice since you haven't had any contact with anyone in sometimes weeks or months. You missed your sweetheart. When was the last time you had any sex? And you're thinking, I can have a piece of this. What's the harm? Who's going to know? Well, here's the thing. Nobody's going to know. Your sweetheart's not going to know. I'm not going to know. But the problem is, you're going to know. At the end of the day, when you're tucking yourself in the cab or you're spending the night in your hotel room, you're going to know. You have to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and not hate yourself. Because if you do, you're going to get depressed. You're going to get short-tempered. You're probably going to start drinking more. You're probably going to sabotage your relationship with your sweetheart because you're not going to feel worthy. And it's lonely enough on the road. The last thing you need is mental health problems on top of it. You're going to get anxious, paranoid. And you don't need that. Besides, you really love her. And it would really break your heart if she were to be hurt by something you did that really meant absolutely nothing. So the next time that you're talking with a stranger in a diner and you're having a great time with the conversation, you pay the check. You say, it's been nice knowing you. Forget about it. Walk back into the truck and call your sweetheart and tell her how much you miss her. Text a little bit of foreplay and go on your merry way. We'll be right back on Long Haul Love. This is Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Long Haul Love. I'm Dr. Pizzulli, and I believe we have Tim on the line. Tim?
Yes, ma'am.
How's it going, Tim?
That's good. Not driving today.
You got a day off. How many days do you get off in a row?
It all depends on, if you want to pick up a load or not. You can pull yourself in and out kind of at will.
Well, that's good that you have the freedom. Some people don't have the same flexibility, but I'm glad to hear you're getting a little time to yourself. So,
yeah.
Why, right, because you know how little time we have these days. They're overworking us all, aren't they?
Oh, my God, and the weather is just crazy now, and so...
Oh, it's nuts. So at least let me help you with the relationship problem. What's going on?
Well, I don't... It's not maybe fair to say or whatever, but, you're on the road a lot, and I have a girlfriend at home, and she's wonderful and she's lovely and she's an architect and she's, she's quite busy herself. And so, we can sometimes go, longer than a month without seeing each other or being intimate at all.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
And there are women that prowl truck stops,
Yeah, and they're all ready and willing.
Yeah, and, I never have. I've never indulged that. I have friends that have, and I don't know. It's a difficult thing. Anybody that does, a long, and that's the unfortunate part. It's a long distance relationship, temporarily long distance. if that makes sense, you know?
Right, right. You know, I mean, you're always going back to her, but
Right.
it's still a long time to be away from, intimacy, and you go, a whole month without sex. And it's not just the sex, it's the emotional connection that you miss.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
you
all
can
that.
Skype, you can Skype from your cabin, that sort of thing. But and here's the deal: is she constantly worries I'm gonna, and I don't, I don't know how to assuage her fears on that. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm a man that's crossed my mind. I never have, but I just don't know how to, make her trust that.
Right. So you're saying
like
the biggest problem for you in your relationship is how do you get away from this constant jealousy and concern that you're going to cheat on her?
Correct.
Even though you're a good guy and you've given her no reason to believe that you would do that,
Right.
she knows that you have access and that you're constantly, coming in contact with all sorts of women and not just the ones who are, trolling around. And unfortunately, I think guys get a bad rap because society says all men are dogs and they all have the potential to cheat.
Right.
And so she's under the impression that the longer you're away, the more you're going to miss her, the more likely you're going to be unfaithful.
Well, and here's the concern that I have is, because I've read a little bit on relationship stuff, and there's the phenomena, I think it's called projection or whatever else. I worry that maybe it's crossing her mind, and that's why she's accusing me so much.
Right, like it takes one to know one. Why is she so paranoid? Is it because she's thought about it, so now she's thinking I'm thinking about it? And you should do my job for a little while. Very insightful. Very good.
Well,
Tim.
I'm a freaking trucker, and she's an architect.
Oh, wait,
that's
so
kind of
wait,
Hollywood
Tim.
movie.
Tim, hang on a second. What this is really about is your own insecurities. Do you feel like you are worthy of her? Do you think that she's going to leave you for someone else?
Well, heck, she's I mean, my God, she the stuff she designs, does custom homes, in the $1 million range and stuff, and so she builds homes for,
Wait, so Tim, this is a yes. You're saying to me that
Yeah.
deep down in
Yeah.
your heart of hearts, you wonder,
Right.
what is she doing with me, the truck driver?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
am I
but-
crazy
yeah.
to think that this woman is going to be able to put up with me while I'm away from her for a month at a time? Is she going to be able to be true to me? Or is she going to find
Yeah.
someone else who's better than me?
Yeah.
All right, so listen. How long you guys been together?
Almost, a year April, so yeah, a year and a couple weeks.
Year
or a week.
April. And do you love her?
Yeah, oh, heck yeah.
Okay. And do you think you might want to spend the rest of your life with her?
Yeah, I've already told her that I plan to do that.
All right. So, Tim, this is what I want you to do. I want you to give... What's your sweetheart's name?
Teresa.
Give Teresa a call after you get off the phone with me, and I want you to tell her everything that you just told me about how much you love her and how much you want her to be a part of your life and how you want to make it work even though you're far away, and that she's the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I want you to have a heart-to-heart talk with her about your promise to each other.
Okay.
All right? Now, I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you that deep down for everyone, when they tell you that they want to be with you, you have to take them at face value
Yeah.
and be confident that she wouldn't be with you if she didn't love you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
It's scary stuff,
it is scary because, we don't want to be vulnerable. The thing that everyone's afraid of, and you're most afraid of, is being vulnerable from being hurt. You don't want to get hurt.
Mhm.
You're afraid, both of you are afraid of the same thing. This is new love, but if it's going to stand the test of time, you guys have to trust each other. You have to start with an A, not an F.
Right.
You have to say, you
Yeah.
know what, I believe in this person, and put yourself out there. Yeah, there's a chance you can get hurt, right?
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah,
want
sure.
to put your...
I've been divorced. I had a wife that was unfaithful to me.
Ah, wait a second. You didn't tell me that at the beginning. So you've already been
No.
once bitten, twice shy kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been divorced 8 years now, and she had another fella. So
Right. So the last thing you want is another failed relationship and another broken heart.
yeah, you know what I mean. When the cat's away,
Look, in the beginning of the program, I was talking about how, it is so hard when you're away from the person that you love to really stay connected, because you're always missing that feeling that you're special to someone and that you're desired. So you have to make her feel that way, and she has to make you feel that way even when you're on the road. That's how you can maintain your relationship for the long haul. It
Yeah,
really is.
it's like I've randomly had flowers delivered to the office, because when that happens, all the other girls, they do the bird dog in the office and watch the flowers go by, so.
Right. But what has she done for you lately?
When I'm home, she's a fabulous cook. She's really affectionate. And
But when you're on the road, how does she show you that she loves you? I would like you to tell her, Teresa, this is what I need when we're on the road. I'd love to hear from you. Text me during the day that you love me. Does she do that?
she does that, and I mean, not to be too embarrassing here, but Skype. That's one-on-one time, with Skype,
Right.
if you catch my drift.
Right, I do catch your drift, and I hope you're using it wisely. Okay, that's very good. That's what I call safe sex. Fabulous. That's wonderful. Well, Tim, I really appreciate you calling me today, because you're not alone. You're not alone with this situation. There's a lot of great guys out there and girls who are doing long-distance relationships, and there's no reason why they can't be successful.
Yeah.
If you really just talk it out, tell each other what you're missing, tell each other what you're afraid of, and those
Yeah.
heart-to-hearts will really bring you closer together. All right, and I want to hear from you again. I want to hear how this turns out, okay? Because this could be a relationship for the long haul. I have good feelings about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
Okay,
You
bye.
take care. So as you see, Tim is a sensitive, caring, regular guy who is just as insecure about losing his partner as his partner is at losing him. This is normal. This is how people feel at the beginning of a relationship. But the truth is that just because you're on the road doesn't mean that you can't have a faithful relationship. There's no reason. You should be able to use your Skype, use it wisely, and reconnect. In a minute, I'm going to take another call. You're listening to Long Haul Love. I'm Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli. Okay, welcome back. This is Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli, and you're watching Long Haul Love. I have Joey on the line.
How you doing? How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, so I was calling to let you know what I do is I'm on the road a lot. And, I go cross country and driving a big rig, and it's tough going away a lot. And I've learned from other truckers and other friends of mine through the years about staying true to your family. Messing up and cheating on your wife or something like that actually messes up your kids. I got 3 kids, and I keep a picture of them with me on the dashboard.
Very good.
Along with a picture of my wife. So it keeps me focused on just doing my job for my family and not messing things up.
Right, and that's what I was just talking about at the opener, about that, it's extremely challenging. You love your sweetheart, you love your family, but you're away for such long periods of time, and there's just so much opportunity out there.
A lot of opportunity, but the whole thing is not even worth going to work if you're going to mess up your family. In other words, you're going to work to make a happy family.
Right, I mean, that's what it's all about, at the end of the day.
Right.
So what kind of...
You're going backwards, man. But if you fall off, it's easy enough to do. I think it's a strong man who stays away from that kind of garbage.
Right, it really is. So is there a challenge or a problem I can help you with today, though?
Well, yeah. What I was going to ask you is, as far as when I am away, the friends that I have trying to influence me to go out and hang out with them and all that type of stuff, and them not trusting me, like they're not being true to their own family, their own wife, and stuff
Right.
like that. So, I don't want to be hanging out on the road. I don't want to be hanging out with these guys. Yet I still want to have a friendship with them. I need to have a working relationship with these guys.
Right.
So it's kind of a tough place for me to be in.
Yeah, and then do they judge you? Do they say, come on, she ain't gonna know about it, so, why are you being such a stick in the mud?
Yeah, it's almost like a peer pressure. I feel like I'm in high school. It's kind of like,
Right.
They feel safer if I was to do it, because then they wouldn't feel like I'm going to rat them out, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and as I was saying before, you still have to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. They don't have to go home with you. You got to go home with you.
Exactly. exactly. And the kind of bond I have with my old lady is she would know in a second if something like that would happen. We're pretty honest with each other. So
Right.
I don't tell anybody dirt to anybody, but it's kind of tough. I'm an outsider right now, and I feel like it's tough having friends. It's tough being on the road and having friends and stuff like that. It's funny. What's funny is being a good guy is a tough thing to do.
Right.
Being an honest guy is really a tough thing to do.
Well, from what you're telling me, Joey, it's not. I'm gonna correct you at the risk of disagreeing. I don't think it's as hard as you're saying. It sounds like for you, you are a good guy, and you are a good dad, and you are a good husband, and
Right.
that you just want to be accepted, and it's lonely on the road, and you want to have friends. You don't want to have to
Right.
feel like that you're not accepted in the group.
Right.
I mean, you said you've never been unfaithful to her,
No,
right?
I have no reason to. No, I have no
right?
reason.
And so the
Well,
issue to me is your friends. I think we need to. I think we need to spearhead this, quite frankly. I mean, I think what you're saying to me, with friends like this. I mean, it depends on your definition of friendship here. To me, it sounds like they're just placeholders. They're companions for while you're lonely on the road.
Yeah, so they're like bar friends, they're drinking buddies, but they're not true friends. I wouldn't call
Right.
them in an emergency.
Exactly. Is that the friend you call at 2 a.m. is my question. No. I mean,
No.
they're drinking buddies. And
Yeah.
so when you were growing up, were you a kid who was picked on a lot? Or what was your story? That you're worried about the peer pressure.
Not really. No. Yeah, you know what? I went through some hard times in elementary school, but in high school I had a lot of friends,
Okay.
I was quiet, I stayed to myself. I didn't get involved in the bad stuff, I think it's almost like what my mom used to say, if your friends going to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, you're going to follow them.
Right?
And I had a tough upbringing that way, not to follow people, and here I am a grown man with kids, and I'm still sticking to that rule of thumb. And it's funny that I feel like I'm in high school with these guys, man,
Right.
It's-
Yeah, I'm going to have to say it. I mean, I have to say it. I don't like your friends. And I think that there are a lot of really great guys out there, and I just got off the phone with one a little bit earlier, who
Right.
know how to be faithful on the road. They want to be. And look, I have nothing against guys who aren't into monogamy. That's totally up to them if they want to live their lives that way. But we have to be around our own peeps. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We have to find the people that complete us. It's not just our romantic relationships, it's all of our relationships. And if we're feeling the way you're feeling in this relationship, that's not healthy.
Right.
And even though, men like, what, if you can pick up a good basketball game with them and you can hang out and have a beer, that's fine. But to me, it sounds like you're looking for a little bit more than that with your friends, and these aren't really them.
No, they don't trust me. It's funny, man. They're turning it around. They're turning around on me. They don't trust me.
Would you want to be with a woman who did that?
What's that?
Would you want to be with a woman who did that?
No, that's
Then why would you want to be with a man who does that? Seriously, Joey.
It's lonely on the road, but you want to hang out with people and have a good time. But my idea of a good time is totally different than theirs. But
All right, well, this is what I'm going to say to you. Listen, because the truth is that fulfilling relationships is the only way to have a happy life.
Right.
Okay? It's not just your romantic relationships and your relationship with the kids and your parents. It's also your friends.
Right.
And just like I would say to a man or a woman, it doesn't matter that you got to take out the garbage. If these people aren't really for you, you have to have the expectation of this. This is the kind of person I only hang out and have a beer with. That's it. And that's fine. If it doesn't affect you and it doesn't make you feel crappy about yourself and you don't feel like they're turning things around on you, fine. But if they do, get rid of them. Find somebody else to hang out with. Sometimes these are just work people. You just get stuck with them. They're convenience friends.
Right. That's what it is. You're right. It's convenience friends.
They're convenience friends. They're not real friends. Real friends,
Right.
this isn't, you don't need them. All right?
Right.
So this is what you're going to do. You're going to start to look for other people to spend time with, Joey?
Right. Yeah, no, there's plenty of people out there. I just, trying to hang out with the guys who do the same interest, that we're all covered,
Yeah,
So
it's a
trying to hang out.
convenience. But quite frankly, for the long haul, it's not going to hold. But I appreciate you calling because this is a really big issue for men. And women think men don't want to have close relationships, but they do.
Right.
You do
Right.
because you get to this age and it's a short life. You want to live it to the fullest. You want to have connectedness. You don't want to
Right.
just like talk about dumb crap and who's you're cheating with and who you're sleeping with. That's
Right,
ridiculous. That gets old. So I'm going to say that there's plenty of guys that you can connect with and good friends for life. And I bet you after this conversation, you're going to find someone that you're going to say, he's my best friend. You know, he's going to see me through the tough times, and we're going to be together, and he's going to have the same values and morals as me.
That's it, the morals, man. Morals
Yeah.
and everything.
And like I said, I'm all about, you know, I have plenty of friends who aren't into monogamy. I think that's fine. But if
Right.
that's not your thing, you got to find people who, you know, do the same stuff that you do.
Exactly. Okay, hey, listen, it was
Yeah.
good to talk to you.
Thanks for calling, Joe. I really appreciate it. And I would love to hear how this turns out, too. Let me know the status.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care now. You know, you're just like Joey. You know, you're looking for people that you can connect with. You don't want to just have to have convenience friends, whoever's around, and you have to actually make it work with them. Look for someone who's just like you, has the same values as you, who doesn't make you feel like crap for the way you live your life. And that's the way to have a fulfilling life. Fulfilling relationships equals fulfilling life. Thank you for watching Long Haul Love. Until next time, this is Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli. You've been watching Long Haul Love. This is Dr. Cynthia Pizzulli, helping you with your relationships for the long haul. I look forward to hearing from you next time.